Hey man, say man, this is the A-Man Show back at it again for more content. The Oklahoma City Thunder have continued on with their dominance this regular season following their championship run last season, and it seems as if they take another level of their play despite their second best player and Jalen Williams didn't even debut yet due to a wrist injury. Right now, OKC is 17-1, which is the best start for a team since the Golden State Warriors in 2016. This team, despite them winning 68 games, had the second best point differential in NBA history and capped off with a championship. Looks as if they have more of a chip on their shoulder, and they heard all the talk of how they're ruining the sport by these excessive free throws they're getting, all the fouls they're getting away from. All that talk from social media has really fueled their play, and they have been so dominant so early in the regular season. And the amount of draft picks they're going to have in this 26th draft, which is projected to be one of the best in recent memory, you have to start thinking, man, this OKC roster can really become a dynasty in the NBA, especially them not only going back to back, but also having 3 potential lottery picks this upcoming draft. So in this video, I'm going to discuss why the NBA has never seen a team this great on top of having the brightest future among all 30 teams like the OKC Thunder. But before this video starts, make sure y'all subscribe, as the majority of y'all are not subscribed to the channel. My goal is to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so subscribing, smashing the like button, and turning on post notifications makes a big difference. That out of the way, let's get on with the video. So the OKC Thunder are currently 17-1, and they are not only on pace to have the best point differential in NBA history with a whopping 15.5, along with the best team net rating in NBA history with a plus 16.7. They are also on pace to win 70 plus games and potentially break the Warriors 73-9 record. Defensively, if J-Dub were to be playing right now and is the same guy that he was last season, if not better, we are witnessing the greatest defense in NBA history. OKC as a team is holding their opponent to a pitiful 48% field goal percentage in the paint due to the dominant defensive front court and Holmgren and Hardenstein. They once again lead the league in scoring defense with just allowing 105.9 points per game. Their defensive rating is a 104, which is on par with the early 2000s Pistons defense. They are number 1 in 2-point defense, and like I said, if they manage to keep their defensive rating this low with Jalen Williams' appearance, they could surpass the 04 Pistons, 08 Celtics, 15 Spurs, 19 Raptors, and recently the 24 T-Wolves. This defense is beyond incredible. I mean, they hold their opponents to just 30 points in total going to the second half at times. They have been the most dominant defense I have ever seen watching basketball up until this point. They'll hit you with rim protection. They will out-muscle and out-physical you on the perimeter. They will aggressively go through screens and pick apart every passing lane. I mean, you get the point. Not only are they still historically great defensively, but they are blowing them out by an average of 16 points. In SGA, in 6 of the 13 games played, the man still put up at least 30 points despite him not playing in the fourth quarter. To give y'all a reference, Curry in his unanimous 16 season scored 20 or more points in 17 of 20 games. He did not play in the fourth quarter because all the games were blowouts. Obviously, throughout his MVP season, he only played a reasonably low 34 minutes per game for an MVP. Now, going back to SGA, he is not only averaging 32 points per game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists on literally 50, 40, 90 splits, but he is only averaging 33 minutes per game. That's one of the lowest minutes per game for a superstar in league history, and he is on pace to have 18 games of him not playing in the fourth quarter, despite him putting up 20 plus points. OKC as a roster as a whole is one of the deepest in league history if we exclude J-Dub from the equation. Not only is Chet Holmgren putting up 18 a game on great efficiency, but bench-wise, they have unquestionably one of the best benches, not just in this league, but in all-time wise. They have 3 players who are putting up double-digit points on good to great efficiency, 2 of which are candidates for 6th Man of the Year. AJ Mitchell especially has stepped up and took a jump in his game in just his second year. As a second-round pick out of Santa Barbara, the dude is averaging 16 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists on 46% shooting, 34% from 3, and 89% from the free throw line. The man is a 3-level scorer that can take guys off the dribble and shoot it at your face, even though he's at times streaky from 3, but he is good enough to be a threat from deep. And defensively, he is playing at a high level alongside Aaron Wiggins. Wiggins himself is averaging 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists on 46, 41, and 67 shooting splits, surprisingly, while giving you high-level defense. And so is Isaiah Joe. Joe is putting up 14 a game on 44, 41, 91 shooting splits. OKC squad is undoubtedly the best team in the NBA and on pace to have an even bigger historical season, winning 70-plus games, and they do have a legit chance to go back-to-back this season. And also, I didn't even mention the draft picks they have this upcoming draft. OKC right now has 3 first-round picks, 2 of which are top 4 and top 8. This top 4 pick has the potential to be the number 1 overall pick, and in this coming draft is projected to be 3 times better compared to last season. The top 3 prospects are currently AJ DeBonsa, Derek Peterson, and Cam Boozer. OKC can wind up having one of these elite prospects or 2 while having another historic season and cap that season going back-to-back. The NBA has never seen something like this happen, where a team like OKC goes back-to-back in championships, wins 70-plus games, a back-to-back MVP, while also winding up with 3 lottery picks, one of which could go number 1. Like it never happened before. Every championship team in history, or at least the majority, the highest pick, will have a late first-round pick around the 25 to 30th range, and of course in the second round. Very rare that we see a team that would just won a championship ending up with a lottery pick, and OKC has not only has 1 lottery pick, but several this upcoming draft, while being potentially back-to-back champions. And I want to take the time and acknowledge Sam Presti, because I firmly believe that this man is the greatest GM/executive in league history. And I know I said greatest in league history redundantly, but it's the fucking truth. What this man is able to do within a 5-year span after the KD, Harden, Russ era, and even adding Paul George, is truly remarkable. This guy knew from the get-go that the second apron is going to prevent teams from being perennially a championship team and or a dynasty, and he broke the game by stacking up draft pick after draft pick, because the trio of Holmgren, J-Dub, and SGA, they all need to get paid, and Sam Presti paid them on time, keyword, with supermaxes. And the biggest concern with the roster is the multi-year contracts between Lou Dort and Alex Caruso. If they were still on the roster after this season, then that will put the Thunder way above not just the first, but the second apron. And Presti can't afford to be in that position, because being in that position financially long enough could lose value in all their future first-round draft picks. So I believe this season will be the last for both Lou Dort and Caruso, and hell, even Hardenstein in this discussion. Also, I want to add that J-Dub missed 15 games of this season, so not only he will not be eligible to make an all-star team, nor an all-defense and all-NBA selection, but he will be on track to lose $45 million of his Supermax deal. But obviously that's really bad for J-Bub, because that's the part of his generational wealth he lost there. But at the same time, that's more cap space for Sam Presti can work with. And going back to those 3 guys, Hartenstein, Caruso, and Lou Dort, they're the only guys with multi-level deals that Sam Presti will have to move off of next year, and bring in those 3 lottery picks, so that way they can not only develop and contribute right away while on a rookie deal, preventing them from being deep in the second apron. Not just that, but OKC still has the most first round picks out of all 30 teams in the league. So with that said, the OKC Thunder are doing things that have never been done ever, such as being arguably the youngest team in the league, along with going on another historical season, while going back-to-back since the KD Warriors, while having 3 lottery picks this upcoming draft. I didn't even mention Nikola Topic and Thomas Sober that will come back most definitely next year. So it is clear that OKC is going to be in that echelon of dominant teams of a decade, such as the Warriors in the 2010s, the Spurs and the Lakers in the 2000s, and of course the Bulls in the 90s. OKC will be one of these teams that will win multiple titles in a decade, as well as making multiple finals appearances as well too. They're here to stay, and it's going to be really tough for these teams to beat this OKC roster. This is a team that is going to be talked about for many years to come and revolutionize the game as far as their defense and most importantly their roster construction. They're setting a new blueprint of how basketball will be played for years to come. And that's the video. What are y'all's thoughts on this video? Could this season's OKC Thunder roster be the team that changes how basketball is played for the entire 2020s? Let me know, and be sure to subscribe to the channel for more NBA content and turn on post notifications so that way you don't miss any of my new videos. And that is all. Stay litty. This is the A-Man Show, signing out.